in the Lake Highland Highlanders. The second of 26 matches making up the 2023 Earl Graham Metro versus Florida Challenge matches the Viera High School Hawks against the Lake Nona Lions. And now, let's meet the starting lineups. Representing the Florida contingency, the Viera Hawks. A 6' 1" sophomore guard, number 2, Brooks Harris. A junior point guard, number 3, Zach Pillow. At 5' 10", a junior guard, number 4, Kamar Plain. A senior, number 5, Jake Oglesby. And rounding out the Viera Hawks starting lineup, a junior forward, number 23, Tyler Armstrong. Ladies and gentlemen, the starting lineup for the Viera Hawks. And now, representing the Metro Conference, the Lake Nona Lions. A 5' 10" senior, number 3, Alexander Lavoy. A guard, 5' 10" senior, number 4, Jonathan Brown. Number 14, a senior, Lewis Dyer. Number 25, a senior, Tyler Mills. And rounding out the Lake Nona High School Lions starting lineup, a 6' 2" senior forward, number 10, Nicholas Oaksman. Ladies and gentlemen, the starting lineup for the Lake Nona Lions. And your coaches for Viera in his 5th season, Logan Keith, and for Lake Nona, Omar Diaz in his 2nd year. Once again, for those of you unable to attend, all games for the Metro vs. Florida Challenge are being live streamed. You can find that by going to the Metro vs. Florida Challenge and clicking on the icon next to each and every game underneath the schedule. That's metrovsfl.com. And now, let's play some basketball. And for those of you joining us online, thank you once again. I'm Neil Fisher. We are off with our second of 26 games. Once again, Viera with possession. They represent the Florida contingency. They are the guests on the scoreboard, and they are taking on the Lake Nona Lions, who are representing the Metro Conference. That's Lake Nona with possession as we get underway for this second game. From long range, that's Alexander Lavoy. He can't get the tray to drop. And it will be Viera's possession, their first of the ball game. No score, 30 seconds in. First game taken by Mount Dora Christian Academy, so 1-0 lead for the Florida contingency in the 2023 Earl Graham Metro versus Florida Challenge. Viera kicks it out. That's Plain, unable to drop the tray. And so back to work. Lake Nona goes with 7 minutes first quarter. Nice passing inside outside. Fake the extra pass. Unable to hit rim though. That was Brown. And back the other way we go. Long pass. Another second pass. Nice job. Into the middle. Ball comes loose. Picked up by Dyer. And short. Brown unable to get that ball to drop. Turnover. And at the other end, Lake Nona coming off a 20-8 season. They were a district runner-up last year, 4-4 in this event. So still no score, a minute and a half into the second of 26 games. Lake Nona with possession. They'll go back to work. Swinging around to the right corner where Dyer releases. So 4 rebounds already by Viera. Just 2 minutes in. They swing it around the perimeter. At the free throw line, that's Plain. And he draws the foul, and he will go to the line. Opportunity to score the first points of this ball game. Two of 2 from the free throw line. Yeah. And so a 2-0 lead for Viera. Viera, of course, coming in off a 14-11 record as we get the foul. And possession will remain with Lake Nona. Turnover, back the other way we go. Chance for Viera to get a 2-possession lead. Into the corner. And the soft far foot bunny does not go, but gives the rebound to Barber. Back out to Zamora. Out of bounds. And 5.5 minutes remaining. When there's a foul or someone scores, 5:21 remaining, 2-0 lead for Viera. Low scoring affair as Viera forces the turnover. So Viera brings it up. From the left wing, no dice. That was Harris, unable to get the tray to drop. And Lake Nona goes back to work. Through the lane, stop, pop, and drop for Plain. And we are tied at 2-2. 4.5 remaining. The drive. Kick out. No shot. Back out to the top. No dice. And back to work we go for Lake Nona. Foul committed by number five, Oglesby. Four-2 lead now for Lake Nona. They've scored 4 in a row. Back to work, the drive through the lane. Still kept by Viera from the tray. Drain the rain for Brooks Harris. Back in the lead, Viera, 5-4, 3.5 first quarter. Lake Nona looking to regain the lead. Matchup, Metro versus Florida Challenge. The 2023 edition, that's the Earl Graham Metro versus Florida. Foul committed by number 23, Taylor Armstrong. The drive through the lane. A lot of hands in there, and possession will remain with Lake Nona. 3:22 first quarter. Foul committed by number 4, Kamar Plain. That's the third team foul. Into the middle of the lane. Stop, pop, and drop for Lewis Dyer. 14. 6-5 lead now by Lake Nona. 3 minutes remaining. Is that 10? Drain the rain for number 10, Trinkus. 10-6 lead for Viera. Score the deuce to Brooks Harris. 30-second timeout. Lake Nona. So 2:37 remaining. 12-6 lead for Viera. Advent Health. Our 8 Central Florida hospitals have been named as the best in the Orlando area for 13 years in a row. We care for your mind, body, and spirit while you get back to doing what you love with those you love. Visit besthospitalinorlando.com to get started on your journey to wellness. So back to live action we go. 12-6 lead for Viera with possession. Rounding around that corner and driving is Joey Falcone. Excuse me, that's Zach Pillow. Say number 5. Foul committed by number 5, Emino Zamira, as the team's third. So at the line is Zach Pillow. Still in the first quarter as Pillow drops both the free throws. And that ups the lead to 13-6. Actually, excuse me, 1 of 2. And now Viera going to a full court trap. Nice job by Lake Nona to break it. Driving, slash and dash, but no dice. That's Alexander Lavoie. And possession will go to Viera with that 13-6 lead. So Viera on an 8-0 run now over about the last 2.5 minutes. Chance to up that lead. More deliberate now as they settle into the half-court offense. Approaching 2 minutes between the late dribble off the backboard. That is Kamar Plain. No basket. Foul committed by number 4, Kamar Plain. That is the 4th team foul on Viera. So the inbound pass as Viera remains in the full court trap. And the travel at half court. So give Viera credit. They go to that full court trap, pays dividends. And now they will get a chance to up that lead, redeem themselves from the previous possession, which they did not take advantage. They go back to work. Lake Nona in the full court, man-to-man. 1:50 remaining. Nice passing by Viera in the possession. Viera with a 1-1 record in this event. A 4-4 record from Lake Nona from the corner. Slams off that rim, no dice. Ripping the rebound down is Lavoie, and Lake Nona going back to work at the other end. A man-to-man for Viera as we drop under a minute and a half. Viera on an 8-0 run. Second game of 26, making up the Metro versus Florida Challenge in honor of Earl Graham these days. From the corner, short, hit the side of the glass actually, and a whistle. So possession will actually remain with Lake Nona. 1:09 remaining. Excuse me, possession is in Viera. Long outlet pass. Down the other way, off the board. Score the deuce. 15-6 now for Viera. They continue on that run, 10-0 now. Lake Nona needing some points to break that run. Drain the rain for Alexander Lavoie. So that breaks the 10-0 run, cuts the lead to 15-9. 35 seconds remaining in the first quarter. It's been a competitive quarter for both these teams. Thank you for joining us on this Tuesday afternoon. I'm Neil Fisher. We are live from Lake Highland Prep, home of the Highlanders. 20 seconds remaining. Into the corner. The drive, the foul. Foul committed by Jonathan Brown. That is the third team foul on Lake Nona. So at the line is Joey Falcone. As Viera continues to maintain a 7+ lead. Off the heel, 17 seconds remaining. Lake Nona with the rebound, that's Lavoie. 8 seconds remaining, turnover. So Lake Nona will not get that last shot off. Back the other way, 3 seconds. And out of bounds, a little too much heat on that pass. So 0.4 of a second remaining. Can they get a shot off? Nope, they're not even going to try. And that brings us to the end of the first quarter with the Viera Hawks holding a 16-9 lead over the Lake Nona Lions. This is the 2023 Earl Graham Metro versus Florida Challenge. Quarter. This is the 2023 Metro versus Orlando Challenge in honor of Earl Graham. 26 games making up this year's event. 6 here at Lake Highland Prep. The other 21 will be at Apopka tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday. Thank you for spending a part of your Thanksgiving week with us. We hope you enjoy our coverage as much as we enjoy bringing the coverage to you. Viera goes back to work with the 16-9 lead. Out of bounds. Possession will remain with Viera. Viera went on a 10-0 run towards the second half of the second quarter to take the lead. And now they're looking to get that lead back up to 8. That would 8 the largest lead of the game, but that's not going to happen. A hand in the way by Jonathan Brown. And so the first possession ends in a turnover in the second quarter. So if you're new to this event, It's very simple. It's based on the ACC versus Big Ten Challenge. As score the deuce for number 3, Alexander Lavoie. Foul committed by number 23, Tyler Armstrong. That's the first of the quarter for Viera. Free throw short, but doing Windex work is the big man, Oxman, and can't get the basket either. So a 16-11 lead. As we come back the other way, Viera looking to break that streak, now 3 consecutive, and they will not. Lake Nona with the turnover, a hand in the way by Zamira. Back the other way, the bounce pass into traffic. And so Viera with that turnover, see if they can take advantage. Minute 10 in. Score the floating deuce for number 5, Jake Oglesby, as Viera remains in that full court trap. And that brings the lead back up to 18-11. At the other end, the 6-foot jump shot from number 4, Brown.
Everyone, sit down for me, man. Have a seat, have a seat, have a seat.
6:18 remaining. And a 18-13 lead. Nobody able to score at the end of the first quarter. We've gone through about a minute now where both teams have traded possessions on traded points on 2 consecutive possessions. And Viera still in that full court trap. Lake Nona has done a good job so far of being able to break it, remaining patient, not allowing Viera to speed up their pace. 6 minutes remaining, down low to Oglesby. And the turnaround, the reverse off the pass. It's Connor Chorus. Foul committed by number 3, Zach Pillow. That's the second team foul on Viera. And so Chorus at the line, the sophomore.
How many on number 3?
0 of 2 from the line, and Viera catches a break. 5-point lead as we drop under 6 minutes. Stop, pop, and drop for Kamar Plain. And that puts the lead back up to 20-13. Now on the left side from 12 feet, no dice. Zamara unable to connect. Viera on the fast break. Back the other way, the spin. Making the withdrawal from the bank, Jake Oglesby. Nine-point lead now for Viera, largest of the game. Viera had cut it down to 5. Still no basket for Lake Nona. An opportunity for Viera to get the lead into double digits. As we drop under 5 minutes from the corner, no shot. They rotate it. Viera from the top of the key. Splash from Brooks Harris. Lake Nona getting that ball over half court. Some nice passing. And a foul as the ball goes into the left corner. Foul committed by number 2, Brooks Harris. That's the third team foul on Viera in this period. Non-shooting. I need to get back so I can see the broadcast. 4.5 remaining, second quarter. Intercepted, no. Come off the loose, back down to 25. Mills unable to get the shot, back the other way. And scoop shot off the board by Brooks Harris. breaks that zone, breaks that trap back the other way on the transition. And Viera, excellent job of not allowing a good-looking shot to get off. Viera with the 14-point lead. They take possession now. So now walking the ball up, Zach Pillow. 3:50 remaining. Brooks Harris, the leading scorer for Viera, and all together. And a whistle. 3:45 remaining. Foul committed by number 3, Alexander Lavoie. First team foul for Lake Nona in this period. Inbound, Viera back to work, 14-point lead. This is the Metro versus Florida Challenge. Launch, no dice by Harris, wide, very wide. 1-0 lead for the Florida contingency. This is the second of 26 games. The spin and the move, short off the bank. And back to work. Viera goes. A couple of opportunities to get the lead up again, and this time they will succeed. Zach Pillow floats in the deuce. So lead now at 16, largest of the game for Viera. Through the lane, and there was a slap. You could hear that as Pillow flew through the lane. Score the deuce for Alexander Lavoie, and he goes to the free throw line. So 1 of 1. The 3-point play, and that cuts the lead to 13. 3 minutes remaining. Possession will remain with Viera. And now we got some substitutions going on for both teams.
Alex, watch that middle pass.
Man-to-man, actually a trap. Viera does a nice job of breaking it through the lane, and that was Parks, the intended receiver, ball thrown behind him. And so Viera commits the turnover, and Lake Nona with an opportunity to continue to cut into that lead, scoring a couple of consecutive possessions, and they can't. Give Viera credit, excellent job, but Keith unable to stay in bounds. So they executed the trap perfectly to do what it's supposed to do. That's throw an errant pass. Keith basically jumping the route, the equivalent you'd see in a football game as by a defensive back. But he couldn't stay in bounds, and so now Viera in a 2-3 zone. Lake Nona back to work, looking to cut that 13-point lead, get a couple of consecutive baskets. Float in the deuce for Jonathan Brown. So now Lake Nona scoring on a couple of consecutive possessions. What was a 16-point lead now down to 11 as we approach halftime. Certainly some momentum taken away from Viera. Could be 3 in a row. Interception by Lavoie at the other end. Transition basket by Lavoie. And now a 9-point lead as Lake Nona is starting to make its presence felt. Cutting into that lead off defense. (31-20) lead. Lake Nona breaks that trap and knocked out of bounds by Parks. Possession will remain with Lake Nona. I'm Neil Fisher. Thank you for joining us. Back out to the top of the key. That's Brown. Back out to Zamora. Can't find the range from the tray. And Viera ripping down the rebound. Back the other way we go with that outlet pass. 1:10 remaining. Viera with the 11-point lead. A 10-0 run towards the end of the second quarter put them in the lead. And Lake Nona trailing by as many as 16. They went on a 7-0 run. We've settled into that 11-point lead. Now Lake Nona chance to get that lead back down to single digits. 1 minute exactly. Flying through that lane quickly. Dyer kicks it off to number 4, Brown. Short clinks off the rim. Windex work for Jaden Wilkinson in the bank. Stealing 2, Lewis Dyer. So the turnover creates a basket and lead down to 7, the closest Lake Nona's been in the second quarter. Viera with the turnover, and they can't convert. 10 seconds remaining, Lake Nona. Oh, beautiful pass. Lewis Dyer with the bank. Lead down to 7 again, closest Lake Nona's been in the second quarter, and that is how the second quarter ends. The Lake Nona Lions cutting into what was once a 16-point lead. Your score at halftime, Viera 33, Lake Nona 26. This is the second game of 26, making up the 2023 Earl Graham Metro versus Florida Challenge. And I'm Neil Fisher. 33-26 lead for Viera. A 10-0 run towards the end of the second half, putting Viera ahead. And the lead has ranged from between 7 and 16 then. Lake Nona putting together a 7-0 run once it hit 16 to get back into the game. And they start this third quarter with the possession off the rim. And out of bounds, a foul. Basket scored by Jaden Wilkinson. Foul by number 4, Kamar Plain. So best possible start for Lake Nona, worst possible start for Viera. Getting the basket +1. And back to work Viera goes. Now their smallest lead of the game at only 5. Short. Rebound, grabbed, and a whistle. Foul committed by number 4. So Viera goes back to work. They rotated around to the left. Back to the right. Ball comes loose, picked up by Brooks. Your leading scorers at halftime for Viera, number 2, Brooks Harris. He has 13. A tie for Lake Nona. That is between Lavoie and Brown, both with 8 points. Score the tray for number 2, Brooks Harris. And the foul committed by number 10, Nick Oaksman. As the first. And so the 4-point play. And that gets the lead back up to 9. Lake Nona making some steady inroads, and just like that, along with this turnover, the high pass. And it could be back up to double digits for Viera. From the corner, nope, no shot. Instead from 15 feet off the heel, doing Windex work. So, and unable to drop the deuce is Brown. We come back the other way, give the rebound to Wilkerson, the big man. And minute and a half in, the lead remains at 9. Lake Nona with that lead. Viera with the lead. There's the interception. Viera putting together a 10-0 run in the second quarter. They have led since then. Lake Nona committing another turnover, 1-on-1, and contact. Foul. Foul committed by number 23, Tyler Armstrong. That sends Jaden Wilkerson to the free throw line. So Wilkerson at the free throw line with Lake Nona trailing by 9. 6:01 remaining, third quarter. This is the second of 26 games making up the Metro versus Florida Challenge, representing the Florida contingency. Mount Dora Christian took a convincing victory over Horizon in our opening game. Thank you for joining us on this Tuesday afternoon. The drive through the line, the bounce pass with some tight passing. Viera gets away with it from the free throw line. Splash for Emmanuel Zamora. And so Zamora's 3 re-ups that lead to 11. Lake Nona on the fast break. Making the withdrawal, number 34, Jaden Wilkerson. So lead now going back between 9 and 11. Nice transition basket. Tyler Armstrong scores the deuce. First 2-point basket of this half by Viera. And that gets the lead back up to 11. As the ball is turned over. So Lake Nona with 3 turnovers now. And so I want to take a couple minutes to talk about the man that this event's been named after. It was named after Earl Graham. He was a coach. No basket. So lead remains 42-31. That's essentially a turnover, the first of the second half by third quarter. So Coach Graham unfortunately passed away in January of 2021 due to COVID at the beginning of the year, actually. Drain the rain for Zamora. And Coach Graham spent over 50 years working as an assistant coach, mainly with basketball, but he did coach some of the other sports, and just really the lives he touched are probably in the thousands. Float in the deuce for number 12, Joey Kane. So Coach Graham, of course, he passed away after being involved in sports for over 50 years, affected at least thousands of young men. From downtown, Jake Oglesby, Zamora. Meanwhile, at the other end, off the heel, no dice, pulling down the rebound, the offensive rebound. And Viera will go back to work. And does not get the roll. That's Oglesby. Pulling down the rebound is Lavoie. And he goes to work one-on-one. Loses the ball, regains it, makes a pass. Hot potato going on now with 3:15 remaining. And the layup does not count, but there was contact and a foul. Foul committed by Zach Pillow. That sends number 10, Nick Oatsman, to the line. So again, Coach Graham, that's why this event is named after him, just had an effect on thousands of men over his 50-plus year career. And I'd just like to say, again, I did get a chance to cover Coach Graham for the last 15 years of his life. And I can tell you, he was the kind of coach who, if somebody wanted to come in, get some extra work in at 5:36 in the morning, he was the coach to go to. He'd show up and open up the gym and work with the player, as they say, before the sun rose behind the scenes. As Viera now back to work in the corner. A foul, contact underneath the basket, away from the ball. Foul committed by number 10, Nicholas Oaksman. That is the second team foul on Lake Nona. The drive to the lane from 6 feet. Float in the deuce. So back to work, 2.5 for Lake Nona. 7-point lead. From long range, number 14. It's Dyer, contact on the rebound. One of the Lake Nona players hits the deck. Foul committed by number 12, Joey Falcone. That is the 5th team foul on Viera, which puts Lake Nona in the bonus for the rest of the quarter. Oh. So at the line, it's number 10, Oaksman. One of two at the free throw line. 2:15 remaining, a 6-point lead for Viera. They took the lead midway through the second quarter on a 10-0 run. And they've led since then, lead small as 5. From the corner, the three-pointer off the rim. That was Pillow, but doing Windex work. Doing Windex work in, making the withdrawal, Ronnie Skelton. Under 2 minutes now, 48-40 lead for Viera. Back up to 8, no dice on the tray. The 10th, long outlet for Viera. Skelton again, drops the pass in a charge. Foul committed by number 14, Skelton. That is a non-shooting foul. And so Lake Nona back to work, chance to cut into that 8-point lead. Travel committed by Brown. And so opportunity for Lake Nona to cut into that lead goes by the wayside. .120 remaining. It's been a fast quarter. We haven't had many stoppages as possession will remain with Viera. Stick around at the end of this game. We will announce the Earl Graham Most Valuable Player. We do that at the end of each game. Again, speaking of Coach Graham, that's another way we honor the man. From the behind the arc, no dice, doing Windex work, though Skelton, he can't get the layup to drop. And back the other way we go, under a minute. 8-point lead for about a minute now. Lake Nona with several opportunities to cut into that lead. They'll try again, off the rim. That was Zamora. And I hear Coach Keith yelling out to Joey Falcone, that's your rebound. So Lake Nona stealing a rebound away there. And now Lake Nona keeping the ball. 30 seconds remaining from the corner. Too long. Playing with the attempt out of bounds. Possession will remain with Lake Nona. And that, of course, means they still will have the opportunity to cut into that lead. About a minute and a half now. That lead's been at 8 points. No one's been able to put any points on the board. And now Lake Nona holding that ball. If they so choose, they could take the last shot, get the last word of this quarter. Still ways to go, though. 15 seconds, two-man game between Brown and Zamora. And yes, they are going to hold on for that last shot. As Brown back out to the right wing, short from Dyer. Opportunity, 2 seconds for Viera, the spin. And was there a foul? Heard some slapping going on, then the whistle. And so let's see what the call is. So there'll be 0.4 of a second on the clock and a foul. Foul committed by number 5, Emino Zamora. That is the 4th team foul on Lake Nona. At the line, number 14, Ronnie Skelton. .4 of a second remaining in the third quarter. 1 of 2. That'll cut the lead back down to 7. Seen that 7-point deficit a lot. And there's the buzzer. At the end of the third quarter, representing the Florida contingency, the Viera Hawks. 49, representing the Metro Conference, the Lake Nona Lions. 4. Viera 49, Lake Nona 40. And Viera begins the fourth quarter with possession. And that 49-40 lead, they go down low. The spin, score the reverse for Taylor Armstrong. Lead back up to 11 as we start the fourth and final quarter. If you're new to the Metro versus Florida Challenge, it's based on the Atlantic Coast Conference versus Big Ten Challenge. Each public high school in Orange County has the spin and the block. That was Dyer taking the spin. Foul committed by number 3, Zach Pillow. That sends Lewis Dyer, number 14, to the line. The first foul, team foul for Viera. So in each game, a member of the Metro Conference takes on a non-member, a.k.a. the Florida contingency. And at the end of the 26 games in 4 days, we total up the score and see who scored more. Of course, the idea of this event is to showcase the quality of talent among the Metro Conference, a.k.a. Metro Conference is made up of Central Florida teams too. 51-42, lead back up to 9 as we begin this fourth quarter. Lead down to 9. Rims in and out. That was Plain taking the shot, doing Windex work a couple of times for Viera. They go back out to Plain. He's short, despite the Viera bench rising for the occasion. And actually, that was Pillow taking the tray. So a couple of trays for Viera. Do not find the mark. Good-looking quality shots that just did not drop, and Lake Nona dodges the proverbial bullet. Chance for them to cut that lead back down to 7 or even 6 with the tray. 1 minute into this fourth quarter. And yes, possession will change hands back to Viera. As Pillow doing an excellent defensive job. Lake Nona in a full court man-to-man. Trying to break that Viera streak. In and out. Trinkus with the shot, a whistle on the rebound. There was lots of contact. Foul committed by number 5, Jake Oglesby. That is his 5th, and he retires from the game with 7 points. Oglesby retires from the game with 3 points. So back to work we go. It's 6.5 to go, 51-42. Lake Nona with possession, ball tipped. Another great defensive effort. Now the triple team ripped away, down low. Making the withdrawal, Jonathan Brown off the steal. 51-44. Another possession turning into points off a turnover as we hit 6 minutes. And the whistle as the drive began by Plain. Foul committed by number 4, Jonathan Brown. That is the first team foul on Lake Nona in this period. Down low, no dice on the bank. Scramble. And possession will remain with Viera. They have that 7-point lead. They scored 10 in a row midway through the second quarter and have held the lead since then. A couple of runs by Viera. Got the lead down to 5. The largest it's been is 16. And the turnover by Viera. So Lake Nona once again opportunity to get that lead down to 5. Again, that has been the smallest it has been since midway through the second quarter. They rotate around, some soft passing. Nice touch through the lane. That was Brown reaching up, and he did draw contact. Foul committed by number 23, Tyler Armstrong. That is the third team foul on Viera. So back at the line is Jonathan Brown. Again, opportunity to get the lead down to 5. And does not get the roll. At the line, Jonathan Brown. .541 remaining, fourth quarter. And strong rebounding effort, but loses the ball. And opportunity for Lake Nona to make up for those 2 missed free throws. Again, 5 points on 3 different occasions, the smallest lead of the game for Viera since midway through the second quarter. They have not been able to get it down below 5, and this will be a golden opportunity. But again, the Viera defense gets in the Lake Nona offense's grill in the turnover. So Lake Nona committing over 15 turnovers, or over 12. Might be 15. Please remember, we do not have a statistician, so I am doing the eyeball test. Good game so far. It's been close. From downtown. Foul. That was on number 5, right? Scored the tray, and the lead's back up to 54-47. Back at the other end. Making the bank. Making the withdrawal from the bank. Number 4, Kamara Plain. He will also shoot. Foul committed by number 30, Connor Corris. That's the second team foul on Lake Nona. So 4:38 remaining, 56-47. Plain unable to drop the back end of the potential three-point play. Lead remains at 9. So this has been an entertaining game. Like we said, Viera's led for most of it as the shot goes short. Rolls off of a couple people. Doing Windex work and floating in the deuce. Jaden Wilkerson. Lead back down to 7. At the other end, the finger roll. Four minutes remaining. Lead back up to 9. from long range, kicks off the heel. That was Lavoie. And Viera with an opportunity to get that lead back up to double digits. So Viera has led for most of this game as that ball falls short. And Brown scoops up the rebound. But it has been entertaining. Lake Nona with some opportunities to cut that lead below 5. The steal. And at the other end, steal by number 4, Kamar Plain, and floats in the deuce. Back at the other end, Wilkerson makes the withdrawal from the bank. Cuts the lead to 60-51. 3 minutes remaining. Viera keeps answering every run from Lake Nona to keep that lead again up to at least 5. Through the lane, this flash. That's 14, Lewis Dyer. And he draws the foul. Foul committed by Cooper Keith. That is Viera's 5th. Lake Nona will be in bonus the rest of the way. Shooting free throws, Lewis Dyer. So, if you have not heard, the FHSAA changing the rules for free throw attempts. No longer will it be 7 per half. And you go to the line, you're in the bonus. It's now 5 per period, and you're in the bonus. And it's now 2 free throws, no longer 1 and 1. An 8-point lead for Viera as we drop to 2:45. Viera taking the lead on a 10-0 run. Midway through the second quarter, they've held at least a 5-point lead. The rest of the way, the reverse scoop scored by Joey Falcone. And the lead back up to 10. And we've been seeing this since that 10-0 run by Viera midway through the second quarter. Every time Lake Nona gets a couple of baskets, Viera does the same. Gets that lead back up to at least 9 points. Off the back of the heel, Wilkerson grabs the rebound and scores on the finger roll. Who called it? Lake Nona calls a full timeout. 62-40, Viera over Lake Nona. 2:08 remaining in the 22nd game of the 2023 Earl Graham Metro versus Florida Challenge. Winter Park Driving Academy. The Winter Park Driving Academy is a proud sponsor of this year's Earl Graham Memorial Metro versus Florida Challenge. The Winter Park Driving Academy is dedicated to serving the greater Orlando area in its mission to train student drivers in essential defensive driving techniques. Please visit our website at wpdriving.com to schedule lessons and a road test with our experienced and professional staff today. In the meantime, we are about ready to get back to live action. A 62-54 lead for Viera over Lake Nona. This is the 2023 Metro versus Florida Challenge. The Metro Conference with a 1-0 lead. Mount Dora Christian Academy defeating Horizon. A 10-0 run for Viera midway through the second quarter. The difference, they've held the lead since then. Lake Nona with the hand, but they can't run down the loose ball. Viera doing a nice job of that. Getting the ball into the front court. And now a timeout. Viera calls the timeout, 30 seconds, 1:51 remaining. At Burn Fat Orlando, we offer the tools and guidance you need to achieve better health and your weight loss goals with an inviting atmosphere, friendly staff, and programs. This is your chance to take charge of your weight and your life. Losing weight is more than just watching the scale drop. That's something Burn Fat Orlando clearly understands, and that's why you will choose Burn Fat Orlando. So 151 remaining from Lake Highland Prep. 62-54 lead, Viera over Lake Nona. The 2023 Earl Graham Metro versus Florida Challenge, based on the ACC versus Big Ten Challenge. Every public high school in Orlando is a member of the Metro Conference. Every game has one of those Metro Conference teams taking on a non-member, aka the Florida contingency. After 26 games, we add up who wins the most. And the Metro Conference has a slight lead in terms of games, about 22 games, as the turnover foul committed by number 5, Jake Oglesby. That is a non-shooting foul. Possession turns over to Lake Nona. So 1:27 remaining. Long range. Drain the rain for Zamora. That cuts the lead back down to 5. 1:05 remaining. Viera looking to answer. No shot. But at the other end, the shot in the foul. 1:02 remaining. Foul committed by Moises Valdez. That sends number 14, Ronnie Skelton. So both free throws good for Skelton. Gets the lead back up to 7.
I got it.
Full timeout. Full timeout called by Lake Nona. So once again, thank you for joining us at the 2023. Thank you again for joining us at the 2023 Metro versus Florida Challenge. I'm Neil Fisher. 1:02 remaining in the second of 26 games. A 64-57 lead being held by Viera. Viera representing the Florida contingency, Lake Nona representing the Metro Conference. Mount Dora Christian won the opening game over Horizon, so Florida has a 1-0 lead. A 10-0 lead. Jones. So a 10-0 run put together by Viera. Midway through the second quarter, the difference. And now Lake Nona needing to get some points first, then they need to come up with a stop. Lake Nona has not been able to cut the lead below 5 points since that 10-0 run. And a foul. Foul committed by number 12, Joey Falcone. At the line, number 34, Jaden Wilkerson. So great opportunity for Lake Nona to cut into that lead again.
Watch the double on the inbound.
Okay, where is that sheet for the Earl Graham Award? Back the other way we go. 7-point lead now for Viera, and it's foul time. And so now if they can convert these fouls, they'll walk off with a victory. Foul. That was. Oh, okay. $40 remaining. And foul committed by number 10, Nick Oaksman. That sends number 14, Ronnie Skelton, to the line. first is good, back up to 8 points. So now it's a matter of Viera converting their free throws to close out the victory. They don't do that, but again, lead is at 8 points as we approach 30 seconds. Viera giving just enough defense to take some time off that clock. Down the lane, blocked. Wilkerson got a hand on it, whistle. And yes, it is going to be a foul, 24.9 seconds. Foul committed by number 14, Lewis Dyer, or Ronnie Skelton. That sends number 34 to the line, Jaden Wilkerson. 24.9 seconds. 24.9 seconds remaining. And this might be the last gasp for Lake Nona. Of course, Lake Nona again coming off a 20-8 record last year under Omar Diaz. That was his first year. The Hawks, on the other hand, 14-11, but they were a Sweet 16 regional semifinalist team, a team that really found their stride in that second half, kept getting better as the season goes on. Viera always expected to make long runs into the postseason, and now they have to convert the free throw attempts. 23 seconds remaining. Foul. Foul committed by number 14, Lewis Dyer. That sends number 2, Brooks Harris, to the free throw line. And of course, Brooks Harris, your leading scorer with 18 points. Make that 19. 23 seconds exactly remaining. So most likely a 2-0 lead being taken by the Florida contingency as the second free throw drops. At the other end, no dice on the tray attempt from Dyer, scramble underneath, and that should just about do it with 9 seconds. 9-point lead and 10 seconds remaining. Excuse me, ref, you said 30? 34. Foul committed by number 34, Jaden Wilkerson. That sends number 12, Joey Falcone, to the line. So coming up next, Jones will take on Maitland. That'll be roughly 15 minutes at the end of this game. Back the other way. No dice, and that will close out the game. Stick around. We will have the Earl Graham Most Valuable Player Award once again. About midway through the second quarter, a 10-0 run from Viera put him in the lead. They never lost the lead since then. Lake Nona was able to cut the lead down to 5 on several occasions, but not able to get any closer. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please give your attention to center court where Rod Graham will be presenting the Earl Graham MVP Award. His father, spent over 50 years working with youth as an assistant coach. And the MVP of the second game of the 2023 Earl Graham Metro versus Florida Challenge with 21 points, leading the Viera Hawks to victory, is number 2, Brooks Harris.
In the middle, in the middle. Hey, let me get one, let me get one, let me get one.
How you doing, man?
Wow. Wow. Holy cow. Hey, what's up? How you doing? What are y'all doing beforehand? You doing lineups? Yes. Lineups?
Really the only extra thing you're doing is just keeping track of points. So when you do unseen scores, it'll pop up the player number.
Yeah.
Whoever scored it, so Sam was number 10. One of these guys right here might be able to put all the players in for you. So he'll put all the players in for you. Okay. And that's really cool.
First time doing all this, so we'll be okay though. Start, stop, go boom, horn, foul. I mean, +1, -1. I'm not having to do like player foul or do
I've been doing it, but look, I haven't, like, I used to basketball.
So you would do what? You would do
Team foul on number 10. And that was pop up there.
okay. And then so
Whatever I get should say Jones is also put needed to hit. For each quarter of team.
Yeah. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Lake Highland Preparatory Academy, host of the 2023 Earl Graham Metro versus Florida Challenge and home of the Lake Highland